Hey there, I'm Tyler and welcome back to the channel. Got a really quick one for you today. DIY project, only costs a couple bucks and makes a gigantic difference in a room, and that is whitewashing brick or a brick fireplace like you see behind me right here. Whitewashing brick is a very simple process and only takes a couple of tools and items that you can see right here. A brush to clean your brick off, some paint obviously, mixing cup stick, a couple of chip brushes or a paintbrush that you're not too attached to, some rags to clean things off when you're done to wipe down the brick, and a couple of painter items to mask things down is a good idea. Okay, on to mixing our paint. This is my finishing card. I got all of my stir sticks, my measuring cups, the spray stuff that I typically use right here, but today we are just going to be using the surface to mix up the paint. The paint we're going to be using is a product by Behr. It is an ultra white high gloss. This is what we have done all of the trim in the house with up to this point. And since we're going to be knocking it down with water, 50% water, the gloss is going to be knocked down big time, especially when we put it on this brick. I got one of these mixing cups right here, which allows to measure out 50-50 really well. This is a 28-ounce cup, and I'm going to mix up 20 ounces of this paint. So we'll do 10 ounces of water and 10 ounces of paint. Go ahead and add your water. I am going to be using some bottled water here because we know it's nice and clean and there's going to be no chunkies in it or anything like that. So there we got 10 ounces of water. Let's go ahead and add that 10 ounces of paint. If you don't have one of these Sureline pour spout thingamajigs, get one. They're really awesome. A little bit of a pain to clean out when you're done, but it sure saves a gigantic mess when you're first setting things up here. So again, we're going for 20 ounces, and it looks like we're right about there. You do want to make sure you mix this thoroughly so all the particulates of the paint are suspended in the water. Before we start applying any of our watered down paint, take your little broom and make sure you sweep everything down, getting off all the dirt, dust, cobwebs, any loose mortar that might be on there. Very careful with this stuff. It's like a bad dream waiting to happen if you drop it. You do want to make sure as you work through your project you stir it every once in a while to make sure all those particulates remain suspended. You can see what I got whitewashed over here and it's looking good. So what you want to do is go ahead and take a dabble on your brush. Be careful, this stuff runs everywhere. So you don't want to grab a huge soaking wet brush full and then just dab it up into the tight areas and brush it into the brick. You want to pay attention to the mortar because it is deeper than the brick. And some bricks are a little more porous than others and will suck up a little bit more material, and just got to pay attention to that and kind of think of this as a little bit like stain. If you let it sit on there, it's going to soak more of it in and be a little bit whiter or whatever color you're going to be painting your brick. So just be conscious of how far ahead of yourself you work so that you don't have different zones of color. So I like to do maybe 4 to 6 bricks and then grab my rag and wipe everything off. And you will drip down. Just make sure you go catch those, especially at the bottom. Like in our case, we have a hearth here that we're going to be staining, just so, again, you don't have bad zones down there. So once you got a zone painted up, go ahead and grab your rag, and we're just going to kind of rub over the top of it, making sure to get into that mortar and drying everything out. You can dab as well. That'll give you a little bit different look if that's what you're after. Well, that is a wrap. I hope this video helped some of you out, as so many past YouTube videos have helped me out. Very simple project, will take you an evening to accomplish and will make such a massive difference in your home. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hammer the thumbs up button. Helps us out a ton and gets this video in front of more eyes. Make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss when we upload a new video. Like when we redo this entire room in less than 24 hours, we're going to have a new multimedia stand. We're going to have some pretty sweet side tables, so make sure you subscribe. I'm DIYTyler, and you guys have a good one.